swim in the pool, break the water more or less. It was Shane Gould. She lives in this area. Well, she used to. I don't know if she still does, but she lived down here for many years. On the left here is a beautiful church built from that rammed earth process. Quite often you see a young Australian chappie coming out there on a Saturday afternoon with a ring just through his nose being led away. Sorry, ladies. Popular holiday place for families, especially all along the Margareth Bay here, because it's so it's fairly shallow along the edges. It's quite flat and calm, as you can see, compared to Margaret River. As this beach faces north, and Cape Naturalist, which goes out to the left there, protects all this area. Naturalist was the other ship that was in the boat expedition out there, so you can go down and have a look at the coral. The coral grows on the pylons of the jetty. A lot lot of tropical fish there. They've built that so you can go down different levels and see the different coloured corals, or reds and blues and yellows and green. Tropical fish. Quite fantastic. Actually, I was a bit sceptical when they said they were building. I'd never been out there and seen the coral. And the day before they opened it up, I brought a coachload of travel agents and that down. They were brought down by the bus from Tourist Bureau to see it, so they could start walking and fishing, things like that. Told me a story once that they didn't have any bumpers on the end of the jetty because on the night shift the driver and his guard, or his work helper, they used to have a few bottles of ale. No one was around to keep an eye on them. Quite often the chappie was supposed to be hooking all the carriages up, wouldn't check them properly because the engine driver would go and bump them all to get them to join together, because in the end one might be joined up and over the edge it would go. They just would go away, drive, off they go. No one knew where all the carriages were in them days. There was no paperwork much done. Then one day the same thing happened, and there was in the daytime there was some engineers down here, so very quickly they got a diver down in his hard hat, and down he went. When he come up again, they says, "Do you reckon you can get it up?" He said, "Yeah, no problem. Which ones do you want first?" And very quickly there's some bumpers on the end of the jetty, so no more carriages can go. Just up on the right, here's the old Bustleton jail. Built by the convicts for the convicts. Built out of that limestone rock. The old courthouse on the end here. It was also the hiring agency for the convicts. They used to hire them out. The general public didn't have enough money to keep them all employed. Know what they call ticket leave convicts. That's the jail down there, and that's the jailers' houses. And so their ticket was a bit of paper, and they had to work so many days off. If you come in and hired them, the agency would put how many days you employed them for and give them a stamp. When they finished their time, they were allowed to go free or go back to England or stay here. So the better workers got released quicker because the people hired them more often. So if you wasn't a very good worker, you set out your full sentence in the lockup. They were paid a small wage as well, and if they were going to stay here, they had their families brought over free of charge. That's the old fire station on the right. I don't think it's used anymore. The old horse and cart days as well. It's quite a big town, Bustleton. As you can see, it's not just one street shopping. There's a lot of shops off to the right, shopping centres. Down to the left, this is the old post office. It used to be the railway station as well. As the rail doesn't come down anymore, they shifted the railway station back over the other side of the river, and they used it for shopping centres and parking, the old railway yards. Over on the right here, this little park, you'll see a little steam engine there called the Ballarat. The reason being, that's where it was built, Ballarat in Victoria. Just up on the left here, it's St Anne's Church. This is the oldest stone church in Western Australia. John Bussell, he was studying to be a minister, so he used to perform the church things here up at St Anne's. When it was finished, they wrote to the bishop in Melbourne to come over and, or Sydney to come over and consecrate it. Because in them days, Albany was the main port. And when he landed in Albany, I should say, people in Albany grabbed him and got him to consecrate their church before it was even finished. And they claimed they had the oldest church. After many, many years of bickering and fighting, the church's hierarchy said this is the oldest and the other one's the oldest consecrated one. There's the old railway station down there to the left. That little hump you see along there is where the railway line used to come into the town. You see just down the road here, a little bridge, about the only thing left of the railways. You see the railway bridge there. The old one line.